patch 23.0.3 just dropped. So I thought this was a good time to make another hero tier list, since I haven't made a tier list in a while. Although I just had made a tier list this afternoon, right before the patch dropped. And this was the tier list. So now that Flurgle, Ini, and Varden got nerfed, I guess we're just gonna fix the tier list. So yeah, let's get to it. Starting off, we get the OP heroes. These heroes are just OP because they have a good hero power and broken bodies. So also, like, they are order from best to worst, in my opinion, up until B tier. For C, D, and Trash, they're just random. So yeah, these heroes are just OP, but Flurgle got nerfed. So now, I believe is like here or here. Probably here. So still pretty strong, but no longer OP. Because Sefin got nerfed and now it's super hard for Flurgle to proc it. And also the body got nerfed because now you don't get guaranteed lookouts. Actually, it might be even worse than this, but who knows? We'll play him and find out, I guess. Now, S tier. Some people would argue that S is broken, but the reason why I don't put her in the OP category is because if these OP heroes are not in the lobby, her body just gets much, much worse. So, like, Tess kinda needs good heroes in the lobby for her to be broken. So that's why I put her in S tier. You know, only S, Copium. And then Bran is also busted. And then Aranna and Vol'jin, like, their bodies are just too strong. Allow them to just force the same comps every game. And they're just top tier comps. So that's why they're here. Like, Aranna is super consistent at getting top 2s and top 3s. And Vol'jin, if played properly, can almost always win the lobby. Now, A tier. Also, this is assuming perfect tribes. So, for example, in some tribes, Vol'jin might be worse, and also Aranna, and also Bran. But, like, we're just assuming perfect tribes for heroes that require some specific tribes. There are some heroes that are more generic, like Zephrys and Galvix and Mutanus and Tess. But it is what it is. Now, A tier. So these heroes are all pretty strong and can win lobbies, but they are a bit less consistent than these ones. So we have Elise on top of A tier, because if she gets the body in time, she usually have a really high chance to win the game just off of the body. So she's very, very strong. And also assuming perfect tribes, so Dragon's in, she can just get 4 Caligos, Nadina, Amalgadons super easily and just win the game with Prestor. Then Maiev, she's also super strong. And recently people have started the trend to play Mech Exodia with her, and she's like the only hero that can consistently pull it off as well. But she can also just play any other comp if she gets a Bran or something like that. Like, just very strong overall. Scabs also strong, not as much as Tess in my opinion. Because like when Tess high rolls, she really high rolls. Scabs kinda have to work a bit harder for the high roll. And then Finley, once again, like, the fact that no matter what hero you get, you're gonna have synergies with Bran just pushes this hero over the top. Not to mention that you can get tier 4 bodies on tier 3, which is crazy. And he has armor. And then Tikatus, like, as long as you make it to turn 12, you have a really good chance of getting top 2 or even just winning the game. Cat, again, if you just survive, you're gonna have a good game. Although, Like, I don't think Cat is too broken because like there are such broken heroes that like even if you get 6 hero powers, you might still lose in top 2 to these other heroes. So it's not like in the past when if Cat survived, it will just win the lobby. And then Phelan, again, this hero is really strong. As long as you don't brick on your discovers, you're gonna have a good time. The body is not that good on average, but it just gives you economy and stats to power level pretty much. Good enough. Fleur got nerf. Barov. Now he has a tier 3 bodies. So, like, not only you have to win your bets, but also sometimes if you get bad shops, you don't get your body in time and then you're gonna have a rough game. So that's why I put him in A tier and not S. Silas. I'm just cursed with this hero. I never get tickets early game and then I never get Peggy in the mid game. But like, if things go your way, it's definitely one of the best. Cookie got a huge buff with the removal of what's it called? Of Acolyte. Like now the hero power on tier 1 is super consistent. You can just easily force triples. And yeah, the hero is just pretty good. It's kind of tricky to play though, but very good. It's easy to misplay with this hero. That's why I didn't put him higher, because it's very tricky. And then Mukla boy. Mukla got nerfed because now there is armor in the game, so it's harder for Mukla to get like top 3s and top 2s. That's why I put him here. Still consistent though, decent hero. Yogg also very good. Yeah, like with Yogg you're always gonna have a good game. It's really hard not to get top 4 with Yogg. And if you high roll, you just win the game. Although I know that a lot of people don't like him for some reason. And then Deathwing. Once again, the early game is usually consistent, assuming you have like E-Kimps and Micro Mummies and Puppbots in the pool. But once you get through the mid game, if you whiff on your triples and you don't get to a Buster or a Coiler or an Eliza, something along those lines, like you can struggle with the hero. That's why I'm not a fan, but it's pretty good. Then Alakir. Alakir is a weird one because if Alakir gets to the late game, he's gonna be extremely annoying to deal with, unless if you have a Prest or Pyro spawn on your board. But the problem is that the hero has no economy, so if you just brick your shops on tier 3 and tier 4 and just go -10, you just lose the game on the spot. So that's why I put him here, but the hero is definitely strong. It definitely overperformed during my Lobby Legends games. Like, I think people picked him 3 or 4 times and they always got top 3 with him. But yeah. Also, this is the only hero that I've played and gotten Spicy Pretzel Master with in this patch, in this body patch. So the hero can definitely high roll. And then Shambhala. Shambhala is pretty strong. Once again, I know some people don't like this hero. The fact that it has 0 armor is a bit rough. But like, I don't know, it's just a hero that rewards you for playing for tempo and gets you to tier 6. The body is way too strong, so I think the hero deserves to be in A tier. Although sometimes you get rush out of the lobby, but usually not. And then Sorfen, this is a bit of a controversial pick, but like, Sorfeng is basically the second best roach hero of the patch. Like, the best one is obviously Mutanus, but like, Sorfeng is the second best. Like, I can't remember, like, I can't count all the times that I've gotten top 3 with this hero. It's just so easy and so consistent. So that's why it deserves a spot in A tier for me. And then Milaus, it's just Milaus. And now the controversial picks again. Eagle and Krag. Eagle is something that Dami made me change an opinion on, and ever since he showed me like how to play him, I've been liking him more and more. I think the hero is really consistent. As long as you get your body in time, you're gonna have a good game. So that's why I put him in the bottom of A tier, because sometimes you're not gonna get your body in time and then it's a top 8 speedrun. But it is what it is. The hero is pretty good. Just get your body, forehead. And like you're gonna get a discover, so you have a slight advantage once you get to turn 4. But you need to get good match RNG until turn 3. And then there is Krag, which once again, so many people don't like this hero, but whenever I play him, it's always a top 2. Like the hero is just strong. And maybe I'm a bit biased because I also used to be a Krag main back in the days when the hero was also playable without a body. But then like got power crapped and was unplayable. But now with the body, I think the hero is good again. If you can make it to turn 12, like you're gonna get a huge spike. And that's usually gonna get you to top 2. The issue is that even though you get like 20 golds for free, you often don't win the game anyway, just get second place, because once again, these heroes are just way, way, way too strong and you can't compete with them. But it is what it is. Like, just because a hero doesn't win, it doesn't mean it's a bad hero. And then, like, Ini and Varden, once again, they used to be A tier in my opinion. Now that they got uber nerf, I'm just gonna drop them down to the trash can. C tier. There you go, my friends. Rest in peace. It was fun while it lasted. But they were both kind of toxic. Honestly, though, I liked Ini being a good hero because she kept poison in check. So, but now they nerfed Sephin, so who knows? We will see. But they were both pretty toxic in the mid game, so I don't mind them getting nerfed. Same for Flurg. Like facing Flurg like turn 8, 9, 10 when you don't have any poison on your board was omega toxic. Because he just has 60-60 Murlocs and you can't kill them. And now B tier. Oh my god, dude. Seeing Cyrilla in B tier just makes me wanna cry, but they removed Tide Hunter and now she's not that consistent. Also, with so much poison in the game, the elephant is not that good. And at the same time, in non-Murloc lobbies, just the elephant by itself is not good enough to make her a good hero. So she's just stuck in the limbo right now. Like, honestly, the best thing you can do with her is just get a Bran and make a board full of Amalgadons, but you're not always gonna get that, so I just keep her in B tier. And I put Yogg, like, it might be weird, right, to see Cyrilla in B tier and Yogg in A tier, but the reason why is because the Yogg hero power gives you a +1/+1, even though you don't get to choose the unit. And winning fights in the early game right now, it's really, really huge. Because you boost your body meter and you grief your opponent's body meter. So that's why Yogg is better than Cyrilla at the moment. Even though the baby Elec is kinda better than the Yogg body, but in a way it's not. Because with Yogg you get your spike and you can just power level. With Cyrilla you just have to roach a bit with the elephant and make it big. And once again, once you get to the late game, the elephant is irrelevant anyway, because you will have to sell it because it does poison. So might as well just get your spin the wheel and call it a day. And then Panda. Panda is pretty good, but sometimes you brick on the hero powers. So that's why I have him in B tier and not in A tier. Like, if you don't get any good hero power in the early game, like, you're gonna struggle a little bit. And then Patches. Once again, Patches, if it works out, is really good, but some games, like, you don't get any pirates in the early game and you just die. Daryl, another roach hero, you just make your dances and hope to get top 4, but if you face the wrong opponents, you just get 6th place and you feel bad because you picked up boring heroes and you got a bad placement on top of that. Jandis, only 1 token. Ragnaros. Once again, if you live long enough, you're gonna be huge. But sometimes the high rollers will snipe you before you can scale. Sindragosa, another like late, how do you call it? Like another late star of the patch. She got discovered once the armor. I mean, same for Galewing. Like both these heroes turned out to be pretty good just now, but that's also because they have like 9 armor, which is insane. And basically, with 9 armor on these boys, you can just greed and level to tier 6 and play them on 6. That's how you play them. So I haven't played her too much, but I think she's B tier simply because I've noticed that sometimes with her, like, sure, you have a decent early game, and then you power level to tier 6, but if you don't stumble onto a triple along the way, or if you don't get really, really good rolls on tier 6, like, the hero kind of falls off really quickly, and you might just get 15 into 15 and die. So that's why she's in B and Eagle is in A, because with Eagle, you just discover your 6-drop once you get to tier 6. And then AFK, some people love her. I'm honestly not that big of a believer, so I just put her in B tier. And then Ronaldo. Let's be honest, the Reno hero power is still good, but he doesn't really have a body, so he's in B tier. Same thing for Uktask. Only 1 token for Mali. Omu, at least you can power level with him. Rafam, way too inconsistent. Shader is a tricky one, and that's why I put him in B tier. Like, I don't think it's worth the effort, but if you play him properly, he can get you to a decent placement. You also need to get a bit lucky. And then Fish and Curator, they are similar in a way, so I put them here. And then there's George and Nose. I know some people love these heroes, but personally, I really don't like heroes that revolve around getting one specific minion and that 1 million only to have a good game. Like with George, if you don't get your splitter, you're just gonna get killed in high level lobbies. And with Nose, if you don't get to your Urzul or your, what's it called, Felbat, like, you're basically not doing anything. Unless if you get like really lucky with Deflectos and Menace and Module, yada yada yada, and you do that. So that's why I have them here in the bottom. Like, they need 2 specific cards to work. And then C tier, all of these, they are just wonky, and that's why they are here. Although I will say that Jaraxxus in non-Murloc lobbies can be very strong. But the reason why I have him in C tier is because not only you need to high roll demons in the early game, mainly Trickster as well, but then even if you get your Tricksters, like, you also need to get Argus to taunt them, and then you also need to get Baron so you can get value off of Trickster and off of your body, or else the hero is just not good enough. So that's why I put him here. Also, they fixed the bug. Like, the golden Jaraxxus body used to give you pairs of the same demon. Now they fixed it and it just gives you 2 random demons, so the hero got worse. And also Alex, like, some people like this hero, but in my opinion it's just a top 8 machine, unless you get lucky and high roll with matchup RNG, and then you also need to high roll your hero power, and then you also need to high roll your shops, and then the hero is good. So yeah, I'm not a fan. So yeah, these heroes are just too random or just not good enough. Like, same with Gaff, same with this boy, like Galakron, not a fan. And then D tier, like, I don't know, man. These are all heroes that either don't do anything or that got nerfed too hard. Like, Brukan got ultra nerfed. They removed Reborn Maexna, so Lich King doesn't have a late game anymore. They removed Acolyte, so these boys are just not consistent enough. And then Lich King, I mean, what's it called? Whatever this is, got super nerfed. This got super nerfed. Although I will say that if you have a perfect tribe lobby for her, she's still playable, but she's tricky. You can stay on 1 forever. But I played her once and got top 3, but it was basically a perfect tribe lobby, and I got a lot of elementals. And then Patchwork, and this, and this, and this, they're not good enough. And then Trash tier, never pick these boys, cause you will just die. Although I guess maybe at very low MMR, if you are extremely good with these 2, you are gonna win you're gonna get a lot of top 2s. But if you're at low MMR, chances are that you're not that good at playing this dude. so you probably shouldn't play them to begin with. Anyways, this wraps it up for my tier list. Let me know in the comment what you think about it. Maybe I'm underrating some heroes, maybe I might be overrating some other heroes. And yeah, as always, don't forget to consider following and subscribing, not following, dropping a like if you enjoyed the videos, and see you all in the next one.